girl was terrified by her boss on her first day at work. The man made a piercing scream at her.
Will.
Hello, Louisa Clarke. I'm Will Traynor. You appear to have a problem with your skirt.
This public humiliation was very embarrassing for the girl, but there was nothing to be done. Just 2 days ago, she was fired from the place where she had worked seriously for 6 years. This news, the whole family was devastated. Parents can't find a job, staying home to take care of grandpa, my sister, who is underpaid, and my brother, who is underage. However, the whole family, Julie's salary is the only way to make ends meet, but she never complained. Instead, she carried the responsibility with her thin shoulders. She didn't expect to be scared by her boss on her first day of work, but in order to earn money, from today onwards she has to take care of him full time. But it looks like the rich kid doesn't like Julie. Will is very grumpy. No caregiver has ever lasted more than 3 days. He still wants to get rid of Julie in the same way, but he didn't expect to meet a stubborn man. Julie tried to fit in better. Will's mother to understand the situation. She found out that Will was a typical rich man, highly intelligent and educated, avid outdoorsman. One rainy day out and then caused paraplegia from the neck down. After that, he stared at the castle outside the window every day. He was depressed. Julie then tried to talk to him, but Will said impatiently, Julie instantly had nothing to say. She closed the door carefully. Then she tried to console herself in a corner. Even so, she was still passionate about the job. She found the doctor to learn about Will's habits and precautions. In order not to face Will's stinky face, she dressed up every day, always with a big smile on her face. Will looked at the dirt cheap Julie, still has a cool attitude. Julie is a big girl. She looks around when she's being fed. Every day they spend a lot of time together. The relationship between the two slowly changed subtly. This day Julie came to work as usual, but Will's mother sent her away. Will's ex-girlfriend and his best friend were visiting him. The atmosphere in the room was awkward. It turns out that they had come to inform Will of their wedding. Will's face was calm and collected. In fact, he wanted to scold them both. After they left, he finally couldn't help himself. This rich kid has 8-pack abs. He was young and had over $100 million, but an unexplained car accident took away Will's wonderful life. He was confined to a wheelchair and depressed every day, but then a young caregiver appeared, made the rest of his life different. When his heart was broken, to comfort him in his own way. When he was depressed, watch comedy movies with him, and from time to time, we will give him a different perspective on life to regulate his state of mind. Day by day, the two of them got along very well. Even Julie's love of bumblebee leggings, even such a small thing would make him laugh. He saw Julie's simplicity and innocence. It gave Will the slightest urge to get to know her. One day Julie was about to go on a date with her boyfriend. Suddenly she learned that Will was sick. She rushed to Will's side as soon as she could. Due to his high paralysis, his body could not sweat, so his body had no way to dissipate heat on its own. A cold could have killed him. Luckily, the doctor had a solution. Cool him down with ice wrapped in a towel. For the next few days, Julie was with him every minute of every day. She didn't want anything to happen to him. The first thing Will saw when he woke up was her. After a little chat, he realized that she had not slept well for several days. At this point, his heart began to change. From then on, they were no longer in a hiring relationship. They became good friends who could talk to each other. He asked Julie to help him shave off his beard. When Will's face was clean, Julie was a little lost in thought, because this man is really handsome. A chance encounter. Julie heard Will's parents arguing, only to learn that Will, 6 months ago, he asked his parents for euthanasia. This made Julie feel surprised. Why would anyone want to die? After work, she thought the job was pointless. It was like helping someone commit suicide. She tried to quit the job. A word from her sister woke Julie up. If euthanasia was really what he wanted, then make the most of the time he has left. Make his life special. Julie then began to review all kinds of information. She was disgusted by Will's plans, but she didn't give up. And when she learned that he liked music, and she invited him to a concert with her, she changed her usual style. Red dress with black high heels. Elegant, but not lack of elegance. This girl is a caregiver. Accidentally learned that the paralyzed boss wanted to euthanize, so she wanted to change his mind through her own way, change his heart to want to die, knowing that Will likes music, so she invited him to join the concert. Today, She changed her usual style. A red dress stunned Will. At the concert, they were no longer alone in a small room. A lonely soul listening to a song. Will stole a glance at her. He was enjoying it. Arriving home at night, Will sat in the car and didn't want to go home. He said he wanted to sit a little longer. And Julie had a birthday and invited Will to celebrate her birthday party. Julie received many gifts. She received a necklace from her boyfriend and her reaction was muted. And Will gave her bumblebee leggings. Julie was overjoyed. Not long after, he was invited to his ex-girlfriend's wedding, although he didn't want to go. Eventually, he came to the wedding accompanied by Julie. Looking at his ex-girlfriend, he felt very bad. He also kept his emotions in check and didn't say a word. At the ball, he let Julie sit on him. The two of them danced in the hall, rotating the wheelchair. In fact, through Julie's company during this time, he had fallen in love with this big-hearted girl, but Will didn't think he could make her happy. Julie thought she had succeeded, but what she didn't expect was,
I don't want you to miss all the things that someone else could give you. Selfishly, I don't want you to look at me one day and feel that I was a bit of regret or pity.
I would never think that.
Just a week after Will arrived in Switzerland, Julie's father felt she should go and see Will off one last time. The ride to Switzerland was beautiful, but her heart grew heavy. Julie made it to see him one last time. She leaned quietly against Will's body. Will said to her, "You know what, Julie? You're what gets me up every morning. I would love to love you with dignity, but I'm afraid to delay your happiness." At this moment Julie looked at him. There were 1,000 words, but she didn't want to say them. Will passed away with Julie by his side. I really didn't expect the ending. I also do not know why the hero did not have the courage to live until the last letter he wrote to Julie. I know the answer. Will said, "Please forgive me for leaving you in this way. You were the most beautiful thing I saw when I fell off the cliff, but that doesn't change the fact that I fell off the cliff. I love you. You must be able to start a new life, and my life is already in ruins. I just want to be the star in the sky that watches over you, so that I can walk with you through this life. Love you, Will."